everybody, welcome to the Whitby Public Library's Book to Table series. My name's Madeline. Today we're going to be cooking in the Instant Pot, which is a pressure cooker, and we're going to be making a pasta with meat sauce. The great thing about a pressure cooker is that you can put everything in one pot, cook it together, seal it up, and let it do its thing. It's fast and convenient, it's really easy to clean up. It doesn't heat your kitchen when you're boiling the hot water on the stove for the pasta, so I really like on a hot summer's day using this pot instead of cooking inside the kitchen and heating everything up. So it's a great addition appliance, just if you already have one and haven't had time to use it or haven't figured out how to use it, there's some super easy recipes. I really recommend that you take some recipes that you may already have under your belt and just figure out how to do them in the Instant Pot. Anything that you're cooking under 20 minutes is going to make it faster. If it's less than 20 minutes, it's more about convenience, being able to set it and forget it, and having one pot clean up. So, and also with the pasta, it really infuses the flavor of the sauce. So it really kind of, instead of your sauce sitting on top of your pasta, it really infuses it in. So it really gives a great extra flavor for your pasta. So we're going to get started. So I'll show you exactly what you need for your recipe and how to get your pot started. So here's what we're going to be using to make our sauce today. A jar of tomato and basil spaghetti sauce. We're going to be using a clove of garlic. I have a box of the penne noodles, the 454 gram box. You could use spaghetti noodles. I just happen to have the penne, so that's what I'm going to use today. You can use either one. I'm going to be using some chicken broth, 4 cups of chicken broth, 1 tablespoon of olive oil, some salt to taste, and some cut up onion. So this is everything you need to get started. So just take your favorite recipe, but this is what I am using today. So we're going to get started cooking with our pot. We're going to be using the Saute function. So that's this button right here. It automatically goes to a 30-minute, and that's just a safety feature so that your pot shuts itself off after 30 minutes. But we're going to be putting the onions and the garlic in. As soon as this on button changes to hot, we're going to put our oil in and our onions and our garlic and get those sauteed. And we're also going to cook our ground beef on the saute function. So we're just going to wait for that pot to come up to heat. Okay, so our pot has come up to full heat now and it's on hot. In the meantime, I have cut my onions, so we are ready to go. So let's get started putting things in the Instant Pot. Okay, we're going to get started cooking, sauteing. So we're going to add a little bit of the olive oil just to the bottom. And it's always good to spread that around a little so that your entire pot is covered. And now I'm going to add my ground beef. You want to make sure you deglaze your pot before you put it on the timer, because sometimes you could get a burn notice, which just means that something's stuck to the bottom. Okay, so my meat is cooked enough. You can leave it a little bit pink if you want because you are still going to continue to cook it, but break it up as best you can and take out as much of the pink as you can. So now we're going to add our pasta. And you want to spread it out. We're going to turn our pot off while we're doing this, and we are going to add our pasta sauce. So you want to try and cover as much of the noodles as you can so that when it's under pressure, the moisture is seeping in. So just spread it around. I'm going to be adding my chicken broth. So instead of water, the pasta is cooking in chicken broth. It just sort of infuses that flavor nicely. And I'm just going to mix it around. Okay, so I'm going to use probably about 2 cups of that now. So while you don't stir it, you just want to make sure your pasta is all covered. So now we're going to be placing the lid on. And you'll hear a little musical note when it's on properly. And then when you lock the pot, you'll hear another musical note. So for the pasta, we want to cook it under full steam. You have 2 options with the Instant Pot. You have a venting, which means the steam is releasing. So if you were steaming vegetables, you might use that. But when we are pressure cooking, we just want the vent to be towards the sealed. There's a little pin here. Once the pot is under pressure, that pin will pop up, and that's when the pot will be locked. The safety feature is when the pin is up, you cannot open it because it's under pressure. So we're just going to put that on for 8 minutes, and we're going to let that cook. So you'll see that the pin has come all the way up, so the pot is now under pressure. The pot will be fully locked until we release the pressure once it's done. So your 8 minutes has now started for your pasta. While you're waiting for your pasta to cook, it's a great time to pick up one of the many library books that we have on Instant Pots. Give you some great fresh recipes. So while you're waiting, you can pick your next one. So now our pot is all done cooking. So now we need to do a quick release on the steam. So it's best for safety to keep your hands away from when the steam will come out through this top nozzle. So just use a spoon or something, and you're going to do quick release, which means you're going to open the tap. So just stay out of the way of the steam. So here we go. So now you'll see that your pin has gone back down, which means that the pot is no longer under pressure and it will be safe to open. So we're just going to open up your lid, and everything is all done. So now you're just going to stir it up. And serve. And if you like your pasta a little bit more al dente, you can just take another minute off. 8 minutes should be good. Even if you're doing a gluten-free pasta or a whole wheat pasta, your 8 minutes should be good. But like I said, if you like it a little bit firmer, you can just back it off a minute. And now that's all done and ready to serve. This concludes this week's Book to Table program. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to check out our inventory. We have lots of pressure cooking cookbooks, as well as our Hoopla app. We have Mastering the Instant Pot by Jenny Dorsey. So check it out and get yourself started cooking. Don't forget to follow us on our social media channels, as well as following us at whitbylibrary.ca. And subscribe to our YouTube channel below and click the bell and you'll get notifications every time there's a new video waiting for you. Thanks and see you soon.